Assalamualaikum everyone. So today we will learn the zero power rule. So everyone is already familiar with this rule. Take any number and raise its power to 0. The answer will be 1. Let's take 5 to the power of 0. That will be 1. 6 to the power of 0 will be 1. 7 to the power of 0 will be 1. Take any negative number. Minus 5 raised to the power 0 is also 1. Minus 6 to the power of 0 is also 1. Let's take some non-integers, like we have 1 upon 2 raised to the power of 0 is also 1. 3 upon 4 to the power of 0 is also equals to 1. Let's take some irrational numbers. Under root 2 raised to the power of 0 is also equals to 1. And under root 3 raised to the power of 0 is also equals to 1. And let's take now irrational numbers, the most beautiful number, which is pi, and we know the value of the pi is equals to 22 upon 7. So what will be pi to the power of 0? This is also equals to 1. But why? How all the numbers which have raised to the power of 0 is equals to 1? So now we will learn why. You take any number and raise its powers to 0, this will be equals to 1. But why? So we will know that any number raised to the power of 0 is always equals to 1. But why this thing happens? What is the reason behind that? So in this session we are going to learn why any number raised to the power of 0 is equals to 1. We know that a to the power of m upon a to the power of n can be written like that. When we have the basis same, so this can be written like that. So powers can be subtracted. So let's assume that substitute m equals to n. So what we are left with, we have an over an, alright, and this will be n minus n, and we know n minus n is equals to 0, and here that will be a to the power of 0. And we know on the left hand side, for example, we have 6 over 6, that will be equals to 1. 8 over 8 will be equals to 1. So in same way this will be also equals to 1. So we have proved this thing, a to the power or any number to the power of 0 is always equals to 1. So remember this thing. So you take any number and put the power as 0, this always equals to 1. For example, we take 5 to the power 0, 6 to the power 0, 8 to the power 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Any number to the raise of 0 will always be equals to 1. But there is some exception, and what is the exception here? This is really important and pay attention on this one. What is the exception here? 0 to the power of 0 is not equals to 1. Why? Because if we go back here, if we go back and see here, a can be any number except 0. Why except 0? Why it cannot be a 0? Because if we take a as 0, what will happen here? This part will become 0, and for that this whole fraction will become undefined. So that means 0 to the power of 0 is always undefined, or we can say this is also meaningless. So this means 0 to the power of 0 is not equals to 1. And what we got, a to the power of 0 is always equals to 1, but here some exception, which is a should not be equals to 0. So this is really important. And if you like the video, please do subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.